Speak at about 7 o'clock this evening. We're hoping to bring you all of that live. Vusi, very good evening to you. You are there for us already. What is expected to basically come out of this engagement with the minister?
Yes, the Health Minister, Mr. Mkhize, we are actually awaiting for him. We're told that the briefing will start promptly at 7 p.m. Well, we are told that since there was a meeting with the National Command Council early today with the State President, Cyril Ramaphosa, he has then mandated the Health Minister, Mkhize, to have a session with some of the clinicians as well as medical experts, experts dealing with COVID-19. So he will have a meeting with them so that he will try to engage what you have we done so far. And also the experts will then provide and also solicit some of the comments that have been gauged on the ground so that they will have a way forward.
Vusi, I know that there had been some concern, in particular from the particular province where you are in KwaZulu-Natal, about the escalating number of cases, while of course Gauteng does remain the epicenter. Is that something that will also likely be put on the table?
Yes, there's been some concerns, especially with regards to the St. Augustine Hospital, which, as you know, that 66 people there were found to have contracted the disease, including 48 healthcare workers at that private facility. Though so generally in KwaZulu-Natal, there are those concerns. As you know, that so far we are told that the statistics when it comes to the infections, there are about 443. Well, obviously KwaZulu-Natal is number 3 when it comes to the leading provinces when it comes to the infections, with Gauteng having 865 confirmed infections, closely followed by Western Cape, which has got 587 infections so far. Well, KwaZulu-Natal, I must say that it's leading when it comes to the deaths. As we know that 25 of deaths as a result of COVID-19, 12 of them come from this province of KwaZulu-Natal.
Vusi, what are some of the concerns in addition to that, with the province being third in terms of the number of infections? What are some of the concerns from the authorities there, perhaps with dealing with some of the challenges that they may be grappling with as they continue their work in trying to curb a further spread of the coronavirus?
Well, this province, just like many other, in other communities, there's been a concern which comes to the adhering to the call by the State President Ramaphosa to ensure that people do not just go to towns or be outside in townships. There's been that concern here in KwaZulu-Natal. In many townships that we've been to, some of the community members are not adhering to that call to stay indoors or staying inside their homes. Well, today I think I did have an opportunity to engage some of the family members and also community members around the Hilton. As we know, that Hilton was actually the first area here in the country of South Africa whereby there was a first case of confirmed infection of a 38-year-old man who was apparently on a holiday in Italy, and then he came back and he was confirmed to have this COVID-19, but later afterwards, after say about 16 days, he was tested on 2 occasions, and then he was then found to have been negative alongside his wife and also two children. And there was also a health scare, especially on the 5th of March when there was that confirmation of COVID-19. As you remember that there was a scare, and then people had to, the parents of which 2 children of the couple who tested positive initially had to go and fetch the children from the school at Pietermaritzburg in Hilton.
Yes.
So, but generally there are some concerns with regards to the people adhering to the call or regulations of the lockdown here in KwaZulu-Natal.
Vusi Khumalo, thank you very much. I know you'll be tracking that story for us. You'll be reporting for us on that one. Coming up at 7 o'clock, of course, here on the SABC News channel, we're expecting the Health Minister, Dr. Mkhize. He'll be in conversation there, a Zoom engagement, live, public engagement with experts dealing with COVID-19 in South Africa. Of course, this debate that will be taking place comes, of course, on the backdrop of a meeting earlier today of the National Command Council. You would know that the Command Council, chaired by President Cyril Ramaphosa, is the body that is tasked with ensuring there is no further spread of the coronavirus in South Africa. So we'll bring that to you live at 7 o'clock here on the SABC News channel. You can stay tuned for that. Let's move on to